In one of the most highly anticipated matches of the year, High Point's Jason Snyder gets the reversal here as he tops Calvin Daly of Easton 5-2 at 130 pounds to give High Point a 3-0 lead in this battle of the number one teams in their respective states. We move to 135 pounds and Joey Rizzolino of Easton gets the takedown here as he posts a 17-2 tech fall over Brendan Donahue in 5:31 as the Red Rovers take a 5-3 lead. OK, High Point answers with a tech fall of its own here as Drew Wagnover gets the takedown to register a 16-1 victory in 5:42 over Mark Kaczynski as High Point goes up 8-5. You want to see an impressive power move? Well, watch Joey Gascione, 145 pounds, get the back points before pinning previously undefeated Mitch Minotti in 139 as High Point picks up a big 6 points to take a 14-5 lead. What a win for Gascione. All right, Easton bounces back at 152 as Anthony Minotti gets the takedown here en route to a 5-1 win over Alec Alvino, but High Point still leads 14-8. On to 160 pounds, and Mason McIntyre of Easton tosses John Guzzo to the mat for a 5-point move as he topped Guzzo, who injured his shoulder, 14-5 to cut High Point's lead to 14-12. All right, defending state champ Ethan Orr is waiting at 171 pounds for High Point, and he takes care of business as he pins Zach Bambury in 3 minutes to push Wildcats' lead to 20-12 over the Red Rovers after 7 bouts. On to 189, and Buddy Mallon continues his fine season for High Point as he picks up the fall in 4:35 over Jose Rutger, and High Point pushes its lead to 26-12. But Easton gets that 6 points right back here. Watch Tyler Green pin John Hagan in 119 at 215 pounds, and Easton now trails 26-18. In a battle of two top-notch heavyweights, Billy Smith goes to the cradle for 2 back points as he tops July Page 6-0, and High Point is in control with a 29-18 lead with 4 bouts remaining. But Eastern's a proud program, and the Red Rovers wouldn't roll over as freshman Kyle Baker gets the back points here en route to a 16-0 tech fall in 6 minutes over John Torpy at 103 pounds, and Easton now trails 29-23. In a surprising win at 112 pounds, watch Peter Stanley get the fall here in 5:28 as he pins Justin Bellis, and all of a sudden we are tied at 29 with 2 matches to go. What a battle. Okay, 119 we go, and after trailing 4-0, Billy Hagney comes up with a huge spin here as he flattens Evan DeSore in 3:12 to push High Point's lead to 35-29 with 1 bout to go. And Nick Francavilla caps the Cats' big win in style with his fall in 154 over Robbie Rizzolini to become the school's all-time win leader as the Cats thump Easton 41-29 as Mike Wildman gets the post-game reaction.
Pretty exciting. I think there were some things maybe neither one of the sides would have expected, but we're just fortunate we wrestled well enough to come out on top.
How about just from the start of the match? I mean, 130, Jason Snyder giving you a huge win, and a match probably a lot of people thought Easton might have been a slight favorite in. Snyder comes right out of the gate, gets you a 5-2 win. That really got you rolling early. Yeah,
absolutely. It was important to get Jason out, and actually I sat him first match tonight just so he was fresh and ready to go, and I'm glad that it paid off.
Well, we had 7 pins in this match. Of course, no one saw the one coming at 145 with your nephew Joe Gascione against Mitch Minotti. Certainly a match turner at that point and a huge momentum swing for you guys.
Oh, absolutely. For Joey to go out against, the Minotti that everyone said we should stay away from, but at that point in the match, they controlled the flip. So we had to send out. There was no sense of waiting because they controlled it anyway. So we said, let's send out and see what happens. And Joey's come up big in a lot of our big wins, and today is certainly no different.
And this match had a number of unexpected results. Certainly at 160, no one figures John Guzzo is going to lose a major decision, but you had Ethan Orr, Buddy Mallon, and Billy Smith to the rescue with some big wins for you up top.
Even John, when he hurt himself, I'd said something. Hey, if you can't go, let's call it, and he didn't want to stop. I think in the first time, since I've known him, he yelled at me and said, "No, I'm not stopping." He's a kid who knows wrestling, and he understands his shoulder's not good right now, but he didn't want to stop, and Shane Hunziker said there was he had strength. It's just I just feel bad that his match had to end like that, but hey, he fought and did a hell of a job.
Then, they got back into the match a little bit. 103, they got the technical fall, and then obviously the unexpected pin at 112 to put them back in the match, actually tied the match. But then, luckily for you had Billy Hagney and Nick Francavilla at the end to close it out.
Yeah, having those guys at the end, we were pretty happy. And, sometimes, you take a look at where you're going to start and what you're going to do, and should Francavilla go out first, but we figured we'd save him into the end. And I had said to you before the match started, as long as we're within 3, last match, we feel pretty good. And, fortunately for Billy, he put us up the match before. So I'm just real happy for the kids. But we have 3 more to go.
How about Nick? That was his 132nd career win. Passes you on the High Point career victories lead, a record that you had since 1990, so almost 21 years for you with that record. But I'm sure there isn't a better kid that you'd like to see take your record than Nick Francavilla.
No, absolutely not. Nick's done a good job since he started with the program. And, you take a look at where we've wrestled and the kids he's had to face. I couldn't be more proud to have him break that record. And the reality, that's what records are for. And I'm just very happy Nick was able to do it.